Hey guys, I feel really hyped up here in Horror and Coffee to share with you the exciting news that there is going to be a Smiles 3. Okay? If you remember Smile and Smile 2, those were, in my opinion, two very, very successful movies. It really brought about a new thing. It's one of those curse movies. If you've seen a curse movie like The Grudge or The Ring, it's something to that effect. Except this one is very unique, very scary. It has its moment. In both films, I was like, oh my god, And there are elements, cinematic elements to in Smile 2. I can think of a couple of them in the last one where it felt crazy. It felt scary. It was creepy. I loved the movie. I reviewed it when it came out. I reviewed the first one when it came out. And the latest, now here's an article that's on comingsoon.net that just came out. And it talks about it says here, latest Smile 3 update is good and bad news for horror movie fans. What does that mean? Well, let's read it together, shall we? It says here, the latest update about the planned Smile 3 might leave fans of the horror franchise unhappy if they end up coming true. Well, then what's the issue, right? It says here, according to the new report from Dread Central, which confirms the previous report from Jeff Snyder, the third entry in the now fan-favorite Smile franchise is in the works. Great. But director and creator Parker Finn may not be coming back for it. That's the only thing. So the creator and director of Smile may not be back for the third film. So that is a concern, because when you get the original guy who makes an instant smash hit on any kind of movie that turns out to be a big franchise, and then he steps back and have somebody else do it, that's when it starts losing its potency. Right? It's cinematic potency. It's cinematic horror taste. But let's keep reading here. It says here, news of Finn's departure from the Smile franchise first popped up from Jeff Snyder, who answered a fan question online. Okay. Snyder said he'd heard that Finn is unlikely to be back. Dread Central's latest report echoes the sentiment, noting that Finn's status as a popular filmmaker has him in the mix on several major projects that may draw him away from the franchise. Then it says, originally released in 2022, the first Smile. Smile is a follow-up to Finn's 2020 short film, Laura Hasn't Slept. I should watch that. I'm going to catch that one. The original film follows a therapist, which was played by Josie Bacon, daughter of Kevin Bacon, who witnesses a suicide from one of her patients and then is stalked by a supernatural presence that preys upon her fear and depression. The sequel to the film followed largely the same presence, but followed a pop star played by Naomi Scott experiencing the disturbing events. Now, it closes off by saying this. Both Smile films were wildly successful for Paramount Pictures. In total, the franchise has grossed more than $350 million and has become a staple in the horror genre in the modern day. Currently, it's unknown what the third Smile film will be about, but early reports from last year noting that filming for the project was set to begin sometime this year. Well, it's been confirmed, okay? It has been confirmed that Smile is coming back. And I've been reading up on different people's opinions about it, and I remember I was talking to some people on a thread on Facebook lately where somebody said it should be called Smiles, plural. And I was like, yup, that would work, right? Because for those of you who saw the ending of the last movie, and I'm going to go full spoiler here, because at this point, if you're watching this, is because you already saw those Smile movies and you want to know or get an idea of what this third one is going to be about, right? Those are the only people that should be watching this right now, those who I saw the first two. At the end of the last movie, Naomi Scott's character, the pop star, if you remember, when a person dies, right before they die, they have this big smile on their face, right? And then they kill themselves in front of somebody. And then 7 days later, the person goes through it too. They start seeing things, they start going mad, and then before you know it, they also kill themselves in some way, shape, or form, but they have to do it in front of another person so it could pass on to them like a virus, right? It's a spiritual, malicious virus. Evil. Okay? If you want to look at it like that. And like in the beginning of Smile 2, it followed the guy who played the cop in the original Smile 1, who saw, Susie Bacon's daughter, Susie Bacon, her character, eventually finally kill herself. So now it was on him, and he was trying to do whatever he can to stop it from having him go through it. Of course, it didn't succeed, and then it passes on eventually to Naomi Scott, the pop star, right? And then at the end of that, she does it, but she doesn't just do it in front of one person. She does it in front of an entire stadium, on the stage, in front of over 20,000 plus. Imagine Madison Square Garden, or something big like that, or a big arena like that, and then they do that. What's gonna happen to all those people that saw it? Is that what this evil, sick spirit is? And you know what it looks like. It's horrifying. It's a horrifying creature. If you saw the movie, you know what it looks like. So what does it do? Does it multiply, and now it's gonna get all of 20,000 people there that were there to see this one murder? Does it spread like that, like a disease, like a virus? Will it go apocalyptic? Will it keep expanding outwards? And then everybody, before you know it, the whole human race, the entire planet is consumed with the smile. I tell you, bro, that would be great. I would love to see it go in that direction. How could it not? She killed herself in front of 20,000+ people. They all saw it. They all screamed when they saw her do it. My God. Can you imagine what the third film will be like? Oh my God. I would love for it to be of apocalyptic proportions. I swear I'm excited about it. Smile 3. I definitely want to see it. Do you want to see it? Talk to me. Let me know and comment below. And let me know what you think about the idea of making this third film. I knew they were going to do it. After I saw the end of the second one, I said, oh, they got to make another one. This ain't over yet. Not by a long shot. And guess what? I think that's exactly what's going to happen in Smile 3, or whatever they're going to call it. Maybe it will be called Smiles. Plural. Oh, boy. That would be hot. Smiles. Yeah, I like it. Let's see what happens, okay? So until next time, this is Ralph Perez Horror and Coffee. Please, if you like this content, consider subscribing and tap on the bell for future notifications for future horror and coffee content. We got reviews. We got cool stuff to talk about here on Thursday nights. Thursday Night Coffee once a month. Live streaming. Whatever, and more reviews to come. So until next time, take care.